Hey YouTube, it's Rob. I have a video here. It's going to be one of a kind. Um, Today I want to focus on this plate, I guess, or fault, plate boundary and volcano at the end, kind of like a zipper. But I want to show you, I'm going to start off by, going over what I showed you yesterday, just so to refresh your memory, that there was an alignment here with the Yellowstone Park right here, and then you got the Grand Canyon right here, and then it hooks this way, just like this does. And so, zoom in. Hold on. Okay, so you can see this one right here. I just want you to see that, so that when I bring this right here, you can see the alignment. You see how it lines? And it does, because it also aligns over here too. Remember, on this side I showed you that Yellowstone Park fit in there, and then this fit in here. And okay, but at the end of the video, I got something even more amazing about this area to show you. But what I want to do is I want to show you the other alignments that line up with this area here, because you think about it, one is pretty good, but what happens if I can line up more than one? For instance, what happens if I line up two? And you see this, the Red Sea, and you've got Israel, Egypt, and lo and behold, you got the North Pole over here, where I just lined North America up with, and now I've got another reoccurring pattern. Alright, so here it is right here. Zoom in so that we can see it line up. Let me back out for a second so I can line it up. It's hard to see, but you know it's not hard to see is that these islands right here line up with the markings. They seem like they're pulling away, right? Like it's leaving a wake or something. Trippy. Okay, so let's get back to this. So there you go. So I get the alignment. The other thing is look at here. When I line that, you can see that lays over this. And see, it does match like the curvature of it. Actually, it does really well. There's a bump and everything right here and here. I don't know if you can see that. I know it might be different from on your monitor, but there's a very light colored bump. And I'm sure there's other things too. Oh yeah, there's okay, if I go over here, where am I? Hold on. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, here we go. Right here, where's that dark spot, right there. But you can see, like, as I pull this way, that it lines up there with that one. And it looks like it kind of goes up. Maybe it hits this one. And who knows where else. I think that's about it. Why is this hard to do? And there's this too. I wonder if that matches up. Yeah, it kind of does. It's a little rough, but yeah, it matches up. You can even see the similarity with the shape right here. It's kind of hard though. These things are hard to see overlaid. It's frustrating, but you can see that that's related definitely. Now this is where things start to get interesting, because if you know, if you've seen my other videos, you've seen that this crater right here actually matches inside that crater in China on the other side of the planet perfectly, without a glitch. It matches exactly. It's too exact to actually be for this planet to be the way they say it is. These match up too good with the other crater, but that's in another video. So what I want to do is show you where this lines up here, and this should be alarming to anybody who has any idea about plate tectonics. All right, here we go. Okay, I made it transparent. And bring this in. You can still see this right here. For one, can you see that? Okay, there's this triangle here actually, and then there's the triangle over here. Okay. Now when I bring this closer, you can see that they're part of the same. This actually is like finishing off the image. And then to top it off, okay, you know how it's got that dark spot right here? Here we go. This will be easier now. Okay, we'll bring this in. Okay, let me see where we're at. I don't even know if I can see through it anymore. Oh yeah, okay. See this? See how this lines up in here? And then if I keep going, man, it's hard to see. Hold on. Okay, there we go. You see that? Bring it in closer. You see how it lines up there? Now it's lined up with this. But these are still apart. So I'll bring it in more. And I think this is rotating. This is actually, I know for a fact this is. And by the end of this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think that that fault zone is. What it really is, I mean. Okay, so again, yeah, as you see, it lines up in multiple places here. But look at here. You know, you got this area right here. Looks like it lines right up in here. And when it does, it lines up right here. There's a reason why this lines up on both sides. And I can tell you that it's because I think this is spinning. It's spinning like a prop, like I said in the other videos about this area. These are spinning like a prop. This is spinning like, if you're looking at it straight on, it's spinning like a tornado. And things are getting, I think, pushed out here or something. Something's happening. Because you don't get alignments like that. I might as well take a step back and take a look around and see what else I notice. Yeah, you can see how this just fits right over that. It's just rotating, and you could look at South America as its prop, kind of, I guess. I think these actually fold into each other, too. But let's not just stop here. There's more on this area, but I'll save that for another video because I know these videos take too long. So, okay, so that was 3 so far, 3 alignments with this area. Now I'm going to go with 4 because I want to show you that this right here is also responsible for creating this. You can actually see it if you look really good. And then plus I'll overlay it so you can see it over top each other. Okay, check this out. It's not totally transparent. I just took away some of the ocean. But as I bring it over here, you can see something happens with India. But I'm going to show you with a better overlay than that, because this is actually centered more on this. Okay, here we go. Here's that fault, and then here's this. And you can see that if you look up, you can tell that you can see that there's matches up here. Right there, see that? And it goes all the way down. And I know for a fact that this right, you see how that lines up there? Well, this is whirling around. I know from my experience now working on this, I can tell you what this fault is right here. This fault right here is the very inside of the vortex. It's the innermost part right here, and it kinks over. I can just see it, and this is pretty significant because I know that this is how it is. This is what causes. Now, if you think about it, this area right here is the spillover that I'm telling you about. I made a claim that this is a vortex. This is the top lip, and the Himalayas are either the beginning of the spill out or just somewhere part of it. But basically, this turns into this rapids of molten lava. And you can tell this whole thing is being done by a lot of electricity. The whole vortex is made out of the electricity, actually. And it's just cooking this stuff right out the top, and it's just overflowing. And this has to be how our planet was made, or maybe just resurfaced. It could be a resurfacing. That's we have to keep that into consideration. But I can tell you that definitely this is a vortex. And there's more. It's not just this. So okay, so now we've seen this alignment here. Because remember how I showed you that this area is actually responsible for making India, and I showed you how it lined up two ways actually. But I want to show you this right here first. Kind of completes a story, doesn't it? Like when you think about it. I told you that when making these overlays, they'll actually tell you this. They'll show you a story, and this is obviously the beginning of an overspill. That's what it looks like to me. And then you can see how this is all taking part in. This is all rotating, all kinds of stuff. It's like it's rotating this overspill right out the top. It's kind of trippy. It's just everything in one for some reason. It's like, but so there's that, and if this lined up with India, well then that means that then this could be rotated and aligned up here, because this I know also lines up with India facing this way. There, see? Oh, and that right there lines up pretty good with that when this is lined up here. Like I said, it's overspill, or related to it, whatever, somehow. See how the reoccurring patterns just are always there. This is why I say that that I'm lucky, because my theory is based on reoccurring patterns all over the place. So I have a ton of evidence, a ton. This barely scratches the surface of what I have. It couldn't get any easier, actually, to have this much evidence. It's a miracle, actually. Let's see, there you go. There's that. The thing is I know if I was to, because this is spinning, if I was to flip flop this, this would also realign up facing that way. It's crazy. Look at that, man. All right, well, this is significant. This is I know that if you're like a geologist or something like that, this is a big deal. That this is, I mean, for geology, now you guys got a, I'm sorry to say, but you guys have a problem now. A big problem. I think we all do, actually, to be honest with you. Because we all should have seen this somehow. Now, here's a big deal. Here is the Caspian Sea and the Black Sea. And I can guarantee you, I don't think there's anywhere in a geology book anywhere on this planet that would tell you how they're made. And let's see if I can show you how they're made, maybe. Let's see here. Now this almost looks like it has to flip around and fit in there. So you see that? This is like the gouge of the vortex. But interestingly, you got this, what looks like it's rotating. So this right here is what I'm talking about. You can see that there's just something about this place right here. Yeah. What we got here? so um, yeah, there's something big time going on here. But right now isn't really the time to break all of this down, because I'm trying to get this video out in a in a certain amount of time. I don't want it to get too long, and it's when I start trying to break these down, it's when I start taking more time. So, but I started to rotate this because I wanted to see if it would line up down here, and then this is what I found right here. It starts to fill in here, and even this starts to cut into here. This is those beveled edges right here. See, so as it lines up right here, it's lining up in here. So if anything you've learned from from what we learned here is that we know one thing's for sure: plate tectonics is wrong. That's the bottom line. This is my proof. Um, Now, there's a lot more to talk about this, but like I said, I'm limited on the amount of time, and I got to rotate this some more because I wanted to see if it lines up in this. Okay, so I rotated it some more, and yeah, not only does it fit into there, but you can see it lining up right here. Isn't that interesting? If I rotate it a little bit more, it'll look a lot more like that. But let's bring it to there. And then when I line it up here, if you look over here, you'll see that other things line up too. I'm referring to this right here. As this lines up here, and I'm sure I could rotate it just a little bit more. Oh wow, here we go. What's this? Check this out. Here's Italy right here, and here's this. Can you see that? Oh, crap, hold on, this is fucking hard to see. Hold on. But here, let me turn one off here. This is Italy. I guarantee you that's the bottom, that's the underneath of Italy. I need to rotate it just a little bit more, but that's Italy was here once. And here's another area that Italy got its mountains in. You know what? There's also something very suspicious about this area too, by the way. I don't want to get too far off track, but let me just show you something. What's suspicious about this area is these markings that I keep finding. Now I've heard that there are like they're from like sonar from from ships, but come on, how big a ship do you think they got down there? Look at these markings on the floor bottom. Some of these definitely could be from, this could most likely be from all electrical, but there's some things in here that are just a little too weird. Like is that supposed to be a swastika or a cross or something there? I don't know what that is, but it is odd. These geometrical patterns, doesn't seem to be natural to me. Some of them don't. I know electromagnetism can make patterns like that for sure, and they look straight and everything. But some of these just seem a little odd. It's like either either there's another race of people at one time here, or maybe they're still here, um, because what is it that I'm trying to see here? Because I know some of this can be explained, but I think a lot of this cannot be explained. Like, what kind of ship makes a right turn like that, you know, or whatever? If this was from sonar, come on. I mean, it could be something scanning the road, or scanning the floor, but I don't know. Something's just a little weird about this. It makes me wonder. And it just so happens to be in this area where um, a lot of strange stuff is that I'm finding about the planet is in here too. See, I wonder if this is a civilization or if this is a weapon that could have done this. You know, I know there's people out there that think they know everything and that that's impossible, but blah, 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 whatever. And perfect lines here. You know, like, come on. Is a ship literally going to go like that, back and forth? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to move that much sand, too. And I don't know if this is a glitch from the satellite, but I doubt it. It could very well be a way to cover something up too, you know, put these patterns over it and then put them everywhere so then that nobody can guess which ones are the you know, what they're really trying to hide. Who knows, man? It's so shady. Yeah, I can't trust anybody, it seems like. You know, especially when they do crap like this to the islands, you know. I'm thinking that they're trying to hide a civilization on these islands here. I mean, look at that. Oh man. Doesn't it only make it more suspicious? Like, you know, maybe they would have been okay if they just put some clouds in certain areas and then they probably could have pulled this all off, but no, they had to go and do this. It sucks that people have to keep secrets from other groups of people, you know? It's unfair, and what makes them so special that they get a hold on to these secrets here, you know? Seriously. It's a group of people that definitely think they're better than everybody for some reason. Anyways, oops, I'm getting off track. Okay, here's Greenland and stuff, and I wanted to show you something about the Yellowstone Park again in that area, actually everywhere. I know I don't have much time here, so I might have to do another video on this, but right there you can see that there's an alignment here. This is where things start to get really interesting, by the way, and hard to ignore, actually. Here we go. We got the Yellowstone Park here. Here's the beveled edge right here that I keep talking about. And let me show you something here. That's right, this guy right here. As you can see, it's hard to see, but you just have to see it, I guess. There you can see that there's a lot of similarities going on right here. I don't have time to really break it all down. That's going to have to be another video where I just focus on this area. But you can see that also that, yeah, it goes in here, but then let's see here. Well, you know what? This video is getting too long already. I'll have to make another video specifically on this area. But yeah, take a look at this. You could say I found something very significant about these areas here. Very significant, actually. I don't know if you can see something, but you'll see when I do make another video what I'm talking about. I'll be more in detail, and I'll be just specific for this area and what I can show you about how our planet was created. This is not in any geology book. They don't know about these alignments. They don't know that. They don't have nowhere do they have a clue that lines up there with that and follows this. You're starting to see basically these continents make up a three-dimensional object, by the way, when they're all put together in the right order and place. And you could say that they're whirling around like a vortex. And my next video should be it should be really even better. I don't know, I'm sure some people didn't see all the alignments I was showing tonight, but they're there. I guarantee you that. And the best way for you to know is to do the overlays yourself. If you do the overlays yourself, then you know that there's no doubt, in your mind whether I'm right or not. So thanks for watching.